See how it goes. That beat just makes me want to do crazy things. I love that beat.
Just want to bang your head through a wall?
Just want to bang. Did you hear that he's got a new band?
No, I did not.
We should definitely get Mike on that, and I'll look it up and share that out here for all the listeners. So we have a buddy that went to high school. Hey, this is Lakes of Your Banter. Say hi, James.
Great.
Hey, we're going live. We're talking trade. We had 2 viewers, then they left, so we'll see what happens. But our buddy who made the intro song has a new band, and it's pretty good. It's very us-esque, very kind of pop punky, rocky punk in there, and he drums really hard. He drums really good, and the singer actually has a voice I can tolerate, so it's fun. I'll have to go. We'll definitely have to plug it there. But right now we are watching the Hartford Yard Goats versus the New Hampshire chicken nuggets. They're chicken biscuits tonight. I was trying to figure out what it was. That's why I paused. Did you know they have like the number one chicken nugget, chicken tender base in New Hampshire? I think it's
that's respectfully, that's in one ear and out the other. I don't care.
You don't care about chicken? Did Hunt? No, chicken tenders. Yeah, it's the New Hampshire Fisher Cat chicken tenders.
I feel like New Hampshire has a lot more going for it than chicken tenders.
Like what? Other than Grant Levine, what else does New Hampshire have going for it?
I think they have nice mountains and snow.
So not really, because that doesn't sound very good.
It sounds all right.
They invented the chicken tenders. They invented the chicken tenders in the mountains, in the snow, up in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Pretty sure Walter White's hiding out in New Hampshire somewhere.
At the Pollo Yoko?
No, in a cabin.
Walter White? Walter White's in the cabin. Dude man.
Yep.
Dude man's in the Polo Loco. Did you watch Better Call Saul?
All of it.
I can't finish the final season.
Why?
I don't know. I just can't.
You don't want
it's too slow? No, I don't get it. It's just like, why is it dragging on? I don't know. It seems like they're stretching it. I don't know.
Did you watch the movie El Camino?
No, it's on my to watch list. I know.
I've heard really good things. I would do anything to wipe that movie from my memory to watch it again.
Really? That good?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Huh. All right. Okay, that's on my to-do list. I have like 2 weeks left of summer, so I'll put that on my list.
That must be nice not doing shit.
You sound like management right now.
I was at work all day, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna do this thing live at 9, and I'm really tired. I'm like, well, I wonder how he gets through it. Oh yeah, he doesn't have to work a 9 to 5.
Right. But I go hard. I work like 12 hours during the day, during the school year.
Nobody's questioning your work ethic.
So I earn this.
Yes. Nobody's questioning.
Right. Okay. Whatever. We just lost our 2 listeners. So let's bring it back in. See if it actually works. Nolan Arenado is in talks. There's talks that the Dodgers are bringing in. There's talks about the Dodgers talking to the Cardinals about Arenado.
Okay, yeah. The way you said that, it made it sound like Arenado is personally on the phone with the Dodgers.
No, the Dodgers have contacted Nado's group and have expressed interest. My question...
His agent?
People. Yeah, his people.
Okay, Mr. Big Time.
What? I don't know who he's talking to. I just know that he's talking to somebody.
He's talking to the Cardinals front office.
Is he though?
Front offices are talking.
Yeah, but the front office has to talk to Arenado's people.
Because he has a no trade?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's no secret that he'd love to play for LA. So,
That's not a secret.
well, he's from there, so I'm inferring.
Yeah. What if the Angels swooped in and he joined the Angels in LA?
That's probably arguably one of the worst ownership situations in the sport, besides Colorado, Chicago, and Oakland. Um, but Anaheim is actually making a push for the wild card, so at least the on the field product is being competent, especially after today. And Otani did like the impossible.
Dude, do you think Babe Ruth is like turning around in his grave right now?
Probably not.
You think Babe Ruth just doesn't care?
I think he's dead. So
Definitely doesn't care.
yeah,
Definitely doesn't care.
yeah,
Yeah, what Otani did today. I actually listened to the Tigers game because I can't watch it up here, but I was pretty excited, so I listened to it while I was cleaning out the closet. And dude, man, it was just like insane, like what he was doing to the lineup every inning, and then literally came back out the second game to hit more
yeah.
home runs.
I'm only interested in watching two teams right now, in Anaheim and Cincinnati. Are the
Really, Anaheim because of Otani?
Yeah, and I really like their other pieces. Mickey Moniak is fun,
Yeah,
and his story is awesome. So it's like cool to see him doing really well.
he's on your fantasy team.
He's on my fantasy team. Uh, Carlos Estevez, he's also on
Yeah,
my fantasy team, and he's doing awesome. So I don't know. It'd be fun to watch them uh, get in.
yeah. Do you think they make another move? Do you think they make another trade?
I don't think so. The ones that they just made put them over the luxury tax, like even more so than they were before. So I don't. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that's I didn't know about that piece.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy to move like Anthony Rendon or anything. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, they're over by quite a bit, so I don't think they want to do any more, but who knows?
No, yeah, probably not. Um, all right. Anyway, Nolan to the Dodgers. Do you even care about that report?
I do a little bit just because I don't want to play Nato in the NL West.
Is
I don't
that
know.
is
I
that
guess
it?
it's
Right?
more reason for me not to like him is that he'll be a Dodger. It's not as bad as him being traded from the Rockies to the Dodgers or losing him in free agency to the Dodgers.
Right.
The fact that he's being moved there, um, from St. Louis doesn't sting as bad, but I mean, still watching him in Dodger blue, for 36 games a year or whatever it is going to just be kind of dumb, really. Like I'm not angry about it or anything like that, but it's just like it's just dumb.
It's just dumb. I think I'm on that same premise. Like I don't really care.
No, and I don't really want him to do well. I'm not hoping he doesn't do well. I'm just
Yeah,
indifferent. I'm indifferent.
I am too. I am very indifferent towards Nolan and Arenado. He's Arenado now. He's not Nolan. We have our own Nolan now. I'm really like because I think it was DNVR. They on their main Twitter account they posted something like, oh, look it up. Like if Nolan goes to the Dodgers, I might lose my shit or something like that.
Hmm.
I will absolutely lose my shit if Nolan Arenado gets traded to the Dodgers. And I'm like, why? Like, I don't. It seems like a very intense tweet to put out there that I just don't care about.
I mean, I'm sure he has his rationale, but yeah, I don't. I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. So, I mean, if he's gonna get traded to the Dodgers, why not this year? And then he probably has a club opt out. I forget what his actual contract is. So get traded and then just go to free agency, and then he just goes to the Yankees or something. But
Yeah,
who
we have
cares?
way too many in-house messes to clean up to even worry about what the Dodgers or anybody's doing.
What would the biggest in-house mess be right now?
The front office,
I knew you'd say that.
hands down.
I
Um,
knew you would say that.
just it's not even
What was
close.
that?
We um, we
That's
did
not
actually
good.
make a halfway competent trade, which
That was a really good trade.
yeah, so I'm happy about that. I don't know who got the go ahead for that, but good on them. Bill Schmidt will take the credit,
Yeah,
of course,
because
but
yeah, I almost think it's just like the Braves are calling, like, "Hey, we need a reliever. This is what we have. This is what we want. Let's make it happen." Because the Braves are all in. They have absolutely nothing, like, no reason not to be all in. I'm actually quite surprised they picked Pierce Johnson out of like instead of Suter or something, but I don't know their arm barn enough to know if they have any lefties. But yeah, so
well, yeah,
Pierce Johnson, Sydney prospects, Victor Vodnik, and Tanner Gordon.
yeah, they're number 10 and number 26.
Yeah, and I think they're number 26. Tanner Gordon is not on the Rockies top 30, and then Vodnik I think is number 15 or 16 on the Rockies top 30.
Mm.
So they slot in there. Vodnik is with the Goats. I think Gordon. Let's say Tanner Gordon is with the Topes. Actually, he's on the IL. No, that's Illinois.
Well, hopefully they can
I don't know where he was assigned.
make an impact at some point.
Yeah, there's a lot of good in each one of these. I'm
It's still
pretty
pretty
excited about it.
low. It's still pretty low risk, low reward because
Oh yeah,
it's two bullpen pieces, which is, uh, I mean, yes, they could have a great impact, but I mean, chances are that they would be middle relievers, and it's just not a ton of value in that.
no, I mean this Tanner guy, Tanner Gordon has the chance to be a starter. 6th round out of Indiana. He started all the games so far this year when he was in the Atlanta system.
Yeah,
But
I'll
I
just
mean,
keep my mouth shut until we see what pans out.
I mean, but I mean, what your point is, like, it's a lose lose, low risk trade either way, right? Like
Yeah, if they don't pan out, you're out an aging bullpen arm. They
that
do
was on.
pan out, chances are they'll just be middle relievers. But if they do anything more than that, then it's you broke the bank, so to speak.
Right. And that's exactly what you want with an expiring relief pitcher contract. Like getting two arms is exactly what the Rockies needed. Like fill it up and see what happens and go from there. So I really love that trade. But that sets the bar for the rest of the trade season. We have less than a week. I think we're down to what, 5 days? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days. Do they move another arm barn? I know we talked about it last week, but do they move like two more? Do they move Suter? Do they move Hand?
Yeah, I think one more is moved. The rumors are is the Yankees are interested in Grichuk.
Right.
Um, so I think there's at least one more move, if not two. It might not be those specific two, but I expect one or two. Two would be great. One is what I expect. Zero obviously would be like throwing my hands up like, oh my God, you guys are horrible.
I might lose it. That's when I would actually start carrying. Uh, if the Rockies just don't make another trade, they have to make at least one.
Well, have they proven time and time again they don't have to do shit and they don't care what anybody thinks.
But I think I need them to do it though. I think that might be my breaking point. Like I don't know. I wonder what my breaking point is. What's your breaking point? Like, why are you still a fan of the Rockies?
I'll always be a fan no matter what, but
But like, why? Like, when's our breaking point hit?
I mean it's my hometown team. I can't.
Is that the only reason that's keeping you a Rockies fan? Keeping you connected to the purple?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I th- no, I don't want to say it.
What? Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say it. Is this a safe space?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. If I wasn't doing Blake Street banter, I don't think I'd be a fan. I honestly,
Wow, that is a confession.
did I tell you? Well, recent history has shown that I am capable of this. I don't know if I told you, but I have switched allegiance from the Green Bay Packers to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I did hear rumors of that.
That's and it's true. It's out there. So like there's just like I kind of got fed up with the Packers doing the front office thing and mainly A-Rod just being A-Rod. But the front office just not doing what they needed to get over that hump and they were in AFC NFC championships. I still have no idea what the conferences in NFL are, which is ridiculous. But they weren't making the right what I felt like were the right moves to go to the next spot. And here the Rockies are doing the same thing, but like times a million. So like
Yeah.
why be a fan of that?
Yeah, I'm just a loyal homer through and through. So,
And I yeah, and I grew up with them, right? I grew up with the Rockies, but like I didn't grow up in Denver. I grew up in Western Nebraska. Now I'm like all up in Lions country or Tigers country.
right.
And there's so many more competent, more fun teams. Like I'm watching more Diamondbacks and Cincinnati Reds games than I have ever before.
I don't know what country I'm in. I think I'm in Cubs territory, I guess. Which
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't appreciate.
And the Cubs would be, yeah, Cubs would be hard to watch.
I'm not going to be a Cubs fan no matter what. So,
No,
no, not a chance.
why not?
Uh, it's just not my vibe. I don't,
Not,
I don't, I don't really like. I don't like the color schemes. I don't really like their on the field product.
not a big Cody Bellinger fan.
Wrigley's Wrigley's fun to go to. I don't like their fans. That's it.
Okay, you don't like the Cubs fans.
I don't like their fans. I would much rather. I guess I'm in between Chicago and Detroit. I'd much rather be a Tigers.
Why not White Sox?
Dude, nobody likes the White Sox
Nobody likes the White Sox.
except for Southsiders, and you know, I mean, I Southsiders have a reputation for being, blue collar and tough and all that, which
That
I
ain't
do
you.
kind of like. But nah, I mean, outside of that, they don't really have anything. Oh, dude, come on, they have arguably a worse owner situation than the Rockies, not by
Yeah,
much. So no, I'm not interested in that at all.
yeah. Would you agree with Trevor here? Entitled they are, won one World Series in the last 100 years.
Yeah, they're super entitled, and before they were entitled, they loved being the lovable losers, right?
I mean, we all love loving the lovable losers.
I don't.
You rooted for them in 2010, 12.
Hmm.
When did they win? I don't know. I don't know when they won. 2015.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
See, don't even care enough to figure that out.
Right.
They are very entitled, and they're. I don't like how they raise the price of the bleachers. It's like $65 to go sit in the bleachers, and then you have entitled buttholes in the bleachers, like that have the signed seats and stuff. Like, dude, it's general admission.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just wild. And they banned the snake cup, the cup snake. The cup snake is a legend. Like, let that fly. What else are you going to do in Wrigley Field when the Cubs were losing 80 games, 90 games?
Yeah, it's just it's just kind
Yeah,
of baseball snobbery, and I don't
yeah,
like it.
yeah. Like, be a Colorado Rockies fan if you want to go through it. Even though I don't know how much I got in me.
Yeah, fans are just fans because their friend's a fan or whatever. They're not actual fans.
Right? Yeah. I have a bunch of friends that are Cubs fans in Chicago that they know Patrick Wisdom because he has really pretty eyes. I mean, Patrick Wisdom is a very good-looking dude. However, that's their knowledge.
You like to go to Wrigleyville and get trashed. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's your Cub fan. Oh yeah, you live in Wrigleyville. Oh, okay, yeah. You like going around the block during game days? Oh yeah, I get it. So that's always fun. But anyway, are you at all nervous raising your kid to be a Rockies fan?
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know. I don't know if he
Right?
would be because
Yeah.
if I were him, then or if he were me, which in theory he's half me, he's
Play genetics, yeah. Science says that, yeah.
he would be a loyal homer as well. So who would be his team? It'd be Detroit or Chicago, one of the Chicago teams.
Do you have basic cable though? Can he watch those teams?
Do you have basic cable?
No, that's why I'm not a Tigers fan. I'm a
Well,
Tiger. I follow the Tigers, but I can't watch a Tigers game.
yeah.
I had to listen to the Otani Day on the radio.
Well, I'm really nervous
It's frustrating.
about him potentially becoming a Cubs fan because the minor league affiliate is here. So
would you stop that?
I would have to.
Would you smack the Cubs hat out of his hand and say no?
I would have to squash that immediately.
Yeah. You guys start are you planting that seed right meow?
Yeah, I'm gonna go whisper some nothings into his ear, and as soon as we get done.
You should just play our podcast to put him to sleep to our podcast, so he gets all these names subconsciously.
If it's good for anything, it's good for that.
Give him all the Bajer sessions. Here's Duke and Darnell. Get to know Dukes. Yeah, I am because my sons are Colorado Rockies fans and Tigers fans right now, and Hank's the only one that knows. The other two are oblivious, but Hank knows, and so it's all right, which one you going? And he's a Rockies fan, he's a Yard Goats fan, he's a Topes fan, so I think he's a Colorado Rocky fan going forward, and it makes me a little nervous.
I'd rather have somebody to suffer with. So
yeah,
I hope he does the right thing.
I mean, that's what you and I got each other for. I don't want to suffer with my kid. I see the Lions fans around here. They're 5 generations in. It's terrible. It's so bad.
Yeah, that's a different type of pain.
It's terrible. All right, Trevor Edwards. Again, not even close. I started this fandom in 93, and I will be damned if my kids don't feel the pain I love. See? Trev, I don't know if it's fair for us to share that pain with our kids. I don't know. And it's so easy for them to pick a team.
The team will be sold by then, and we'll be in much better news. Right?
No. Monforts are going 4 deep. 4 generations deep in this.
You think Sterling just takes over immediately?
Oh yeah. Sterling's already running the ship, dog. He's already had to scouting, which he seems to be doing pretty decent about it. I'm gonna give him his credit. But we won't get into nepotism. Done that enough. But he's definitely taking over the ship, and yeah. There's no way.
Two things can be true at once. You could both be decent at your job and benefit from nepotism. So,
right, yeah, that's how you got where you got.
What? How?
Sorry, I froze.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There is absolutely no nepotism by how you got where you got. You got there through hard work and dedication.
Well, I don't know about that, but it wasn't nepotism.
It definitely wasn't nepotism.
Definitely wasn't hard work either.
Yeah, hard work's overrated.
Yeah. Okay, so what else? What else is on the docket?
So the Rockies have a baseline, right? You got Pierce Johnson, 2 minor leaguers. Grichuk has got to be the next guy that goes. So put your ranking. Who goes first? Grichuk, Suter, Hand, and throw in a Crone, because I don't think Profar hitting Harold have any value.
Yeah, it's
4 names. Put them in order of who goes next.
Grichuk, Suter, Hand, Profar, probably.
Crone. So Grichuk, Suter, Hand, and then Crone.
Crone's, you're going to say he's more valuable because he's a power hitter, which sure, but Profar offers more versatility as far as lineups and positioning. So I think they kind of cancel each other out. So I'm still going to stick with Profar.
So you think Profar has more value than Crone?
I mean, barely, if at all.
It is pretty
Crone,
much a wash. It is a wash.
Crone, in all honesty, should have been moved last
Oh
trade
yeah,
deadline
yeah,
when value was max.
right. I don't know if we need to get into that again though.
Come
Like
on, man.
that's just a dead bush with a bird
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah. So anyway, Gritchick's the name I'm seeing constantly, which is kind of weird because that's not who I would have guessed, without the news articles.
Yeah, dude's raking 300 plus right now. Had 2 more knocks the other day. Plays a decent center field, right field.
Yeah,
He's a really good looking man too.
he's a good player.
I'll give you Randall Gritchick to your Patrick Wisdom any day of the week.
Okay, what else?
I would love to. I would agree. It goes Gritchick, Suter, Hand, but they're not going to trade Suter. They're going to extend Suter. Hand is going to get traded. Gritchick and Hand get traded. Suter stays.
I bet just Gritchick, and then they're done.
Elias Diaz,
No.
his value is the highest, and he hasn't really been so hot this last month or two. He's my king. Elias Rakes.
Who?
Diaz.
Oh, right.
Like his last month or so has not been solid for the Rockies.
Yeah, he's kind of going back towards the norm.
Yeah.
I
He
think
did
we all
this to
knew.
us in 2021.
Yeah, I mean, as happy as I am to see what he did in the All-Star moment was, I mean, sadly or not sadly, was a top Rockies moment in the last decade.
Oh yeah, here for it though.
Yeah, love it, and I don't want to discount him for having a great year, but it's just like you'll have to do it a couple more times before I really buy into you're one of the top 10 catchers in the league.
Right. I need consistency.
Top 10 is maybe not a stretch, but top 5 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 is hard anyway.
Yeah, I'd put him like 9 or 10. So
you could not name the other 8 you put in front of him.
Rutschman for sure.
Rutschman, okay.
The Contrerases.
You're putting both of them in front.
Yeah, even though one of them obviously had a really horrible year, but I mean he's historically been really good.
Yeah, he's fine.
Varsho,
not a catcher.
What?
He plays more center than catcher,
but he can catch.
Yeah, so can your
mom. All right,
mom.
Sean Murphy.
Forget the one in Philly.
JT Realmuto.
You're now on your own.
That Wong guy in Boston. I'm kidding. I just
like, I had to think. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I have no idea.
There is a Wong that catches for Boston, but I don't know if he's any good.
You might be Wong.
Nice. How's that terrible? It's a low-hanging fruit joke.
Oh, the best one is in L.A.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah. He's a famous rapper.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Will Smith.
Will
you
Smith.
get Will Smith. Will Smith.
Yeah.
That's a fun story. Yeah, you can't even name any other guys in front of him. So, like, you put him at 10 is kind of a crapshoot. But your point stands. I agree. Like, there's not many good catchers, and, like, he's still top 10, but pushing him top 5 is going to be hard.
Kirk?
Montgomery is good. Alejandro?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Varsho's backup. Gary Sanchez is still in the league.
Salvador Perez is still in the league.
Salvador. Is he a Hall of Famer? Heard this conversation the other day. Is Salvador Perez a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
I don't think he is.
I think he is.
I don't think he is. So
what about Darno? Would you put Darno in front of Diaz?
No.
Danny Jansen's pretty good.
You found the Wikipedia catchers list?
Yeah, and Tyler Stevenson's pretty good.
Stevens is on my fantasy team, and he's okay.
Well,
All right,
okay,
so look
so
at this.
Diaz would float in out of that 8, 9, 10, 11 spot.
Yeah, yeah, he's around there. Is Salvador Perez a Hall of Famer with 240 home runs, 267 batting average, 762 OPS, 8 All-Star games. Feel like he has some Gold Gloves in there.
He absolutely has some Gold Gloves in there. He also has a World Series.
Five Gold Gloves, World Series MVP.
Yeah, he's a hauler.
Think so?
Yep.
Oh no. Forget what the argument was being made. Johnny Carlton fix Yogi Berra. I don't even know.
Yeah, look at the stats.
Oh no! The argument was is Salvador Perez a Hall of Famer, but Justin Morneau is not. That's what it was. Justin Morneau. No, Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer. You remember Joe, the catcher for the Twins?
Of course, I remember Joe Mauer.
Okay. Who gets in the Hall of Fame? So the argument was that Salvador Perez is a shoe-in, where Joe Mauer is a question mark. I have not looked up these stats at all. Like,
If I had to pick one over the other,
without looking.
yes, I would pick Salvador Perez over Joe Mauer.
Okay, so this is the point he was making. So he has an MVP, not a World Series MVP. Salvador doesn't. 6-time All-Star. Perez, 8-time
8.
All-Star. 3-time Gold Glove for Mauer. 5-time for Perez. Perez has 4 Silver Sluggers. Mauer 5. 3 batting titles, which in the era mattered. But he has a World Series. Mauer doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Number stats.
Mauer only had 143 home runs. That's crazy.
Yeah, Salvador has 240. But look at their WAR. Look at the WAR difference. Joe Mauer has a 55 career WAR. Salvador Perez is at 33.
I'm still picking Salvi.
Because you're stubborn.
No, I'm still picking him. I mean, how many years has
200,
Salvi
200 more RBIs. Mauer played 15 years. Salvador's 12 years in? Yeah, 12 years. He's not catching that.
No, but Salvi played on some really bad teams.
He won a World Series.
Yeah, but outside of the 3 playoff years that he had.
How many times did Joe Mauer make the playoffs?
I don't know. I know he's not a World Series MVP.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
postseason.
Great. Here we go. Now we're in the friggin' rabbit hole.
4 postseasons. Salvador Perez made the postseason 3 times.
Minnesota never made it out of the division series.
Right.
In fact, in one of those times, 2017, I don't think Mauer's playing then. Maybe he was. They lost in the wild card. So it's
a good argument.
Yeah, but my whole argument was that Salvi played on really bad teams.
Salvador Perez only made the world postseason twice.
Okay. All right. Yeah, my point stands.
Your point stands. You have a good point.
Thank you.
Yeah. He had 124 plate appearances. Joe Mauer had 40. He had more plate appearances.
Yeah, other than the Moustakas and Hosmer and Perez.
Lorenzo Cain, dog. Put some respect on that name.
My bad. I forgot. Besides those couple years with those guys, and then once those guys left and Salvi was the only one left, what did he hit? 40 home runs?
Yeah, he went off.
Yeah, and nobody else on his team was really any good. So
Alcides Escobar.
Stop.
All-star Alcides. All right, here's an actual Rockies conversation. Trevor, thank you. Trevor's keeping us in check. Thank you, Trev. Thank you for hanging out with us. I don't know why you're doing this on your Thursday night.
What do you say?
You didn't see it quick enough?
No, I
Oh,
don't read.
yeah. You boys may have covered this already, but what are the thoughts on the back-to-back bullpen collapses when it was actually looking like a better year than last year? So, did you see what Justin Lawrence posted on Twitter?
No, what do you say?
So he put a thread out because he was getting like death threats in his DMs. It was terrible. Yeah, it's terrible. Look, guy's an asshole. And Justin Lawrence had a very good Twitter thread. I'll try to find it here when I'm done talking, so I can focus on what I'm trying to do. And then so like Justin Lawrence gave up a 3-run shot on what game 2 of the series, and then Daniel Bard came in, faced 8 or 9 batters, walked some the blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
I know Bard struggled.
So back to back bullpen implosions, right? What we started this for, but it was like, what are your thoughts on it? I guess is what Trev is asking. Um,
Well, you never
just
get comfortable with
encompassed in all of it. And I'll bring up Justin Lawrence's tweets.
bullpen, so they might come out and have 2 or 3 good games in a row, but after that, you just know that there's an implosion in there, and it's gonna erupt, and when it does, it's gonna be bad. So like you never move those good performances into the norm, right? It's
You always say, I think this is what you're trying to get to, is the law of averages. Like that's your favorite saying to say, and it's super annoying when you say, "Oh, it's just the law of averages." Like that's what you sound like when you say it. But
okay.
it's pretty much what it is, right? Like there's like what you said, Trev. Like back-to-back bullpen that collapses, looking better than ever. Like this has been the best arm barn in a very hot minute for the Rockies. But law of average are going to state that you can only be good for so long, especially when your arms are being used the way they are. Like what back to back bullpen games? I think there's a day off in between, but I think we had back to back bullpen games. Jake Bird has the most innings pitched, the most appearances like in the league. Like it's ridiculous. Like it's bound to happen. And Daniel Bard with all of his issues this year, Justin Lawrence giving up that dong is not something that he's done at all this year. I don't I don't have any real thoughts of it other than that's baseball. And I know that sounds very Bud Black like, and it's bound to happen because as James says, it's the law of averages. Like you can only be so good so long at whatever you're doing. Like everybody's gonna hit a bump in the road at whatever they're doing. Like I hit it as a parent, as a husband, as an educator. Like I hit a bump, and I have to find a way to bring it back. And you're gonna get that, especially when you're trying to be an athlete. Um, so overall, my
consistent
thoughts don't really doesn't mean much to me.
consistent good bullpens are extremely rare in baseball. Like
Yeah,
seriously. Um if you have a consistent good bullpen, chances are is you're at least a top 10 team, if not a top 5 team. I mean, that's just how it is.
yeah, exactly. And that's
Yeah, and so
those are
when
the
you're
ones that you see going deep into the playoffs are the bullpen guys.
yeah, so when you're on a bad team or below 500 team, bullpens are just kind of expected to to blow it more often than not, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, and exactly. No, that's what I was thinking too. But of course, Rocky's Twitter went full chaos mode and threatened these guys. That is very few of what the global Rockies Twitter was. Those are just bad seeds in that, and just complete assholes. Don't be a jerk. Like it's easy not to send a mean tweet. Say anything mean. Like
You
you have to
mean
go out of your way to be a jerk. Don't do it.
send a mean X?
My bad. A zeet. Ooh,
Is that what
jokes.
it is?
I have no idea, but that's what I'm calling it. Gotta zeet. Gotta send that zeet out. But I mean, Rocky, I didn't look at the replies. I refused to look at the Colorado Rockies post game replies on the Twitter. A lot of our stuff was very clean and thoughts to Bard, like knowing what he's gone through this year. And the whole Justin Lawrence thing, like we got his back, and like most of our people, our followers have good intentions with that. So I didn't see much negativity. I saw 2 assholes and I reported them. Like just ridiculous stuff. But
Oh, you reported him?
yeah, like dude was telling like no, he should like end it.
Yeah.
Like just terrible stuff. Like
I'm sure Elon's going to get right on that.
he actually did. Dude man suspended. The account got suspended like within 12 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very impressed by it. I was like, oh, sweet.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, all in all, bullpen game. I actually like the fact that they're losing. If they're in the bottom three, they are get the highest percentages for the lottery next year. So we could possibly have the number one overall pick, better chances for it.
Man, that
So
would be nice.
give me all the losses. Like I want 100 losses to happen for like the good of it because like lottery, right? But also for the other part, like maybe the front office like figures it out, but attendance is up and all that. So we'll see.
I was looking at the A's record. And I'm just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
how can there be a team worse than what's going on where we're at?
And the Nationals are right there with us. Who is it? The A's, Nationals. Are those the bottom three?
So Oakland and Kansas City are by far and away super bad,
Kansas
really,
City. That was the
really
one I
bad.
was trying to figure out. Yeah.
And then it's us, Pittsburgh, and Nationals that are the next three, and we're the bottom of those three.
40
So
wins. I mean,
right now
Padres only have 9 more wins than we do.
So yeah, we're number 3 from the bottom.
We're terrible.
I mean, we have a chance to lose 100 games, but I don't know if we're going to get there.
I don't think so. I don't know what I saw it. I don't know how many. I think we have to win. We have to win 22 more games out of what 60. So we have to win 33% of our games. Rockies will win one of every 3. Their schedule's tough.
I don't know.
Great input. Great input.
On the road, I can't say that they would win 1 out of 3. They're not going to get swept all the time, obviously, but 1 out of 3 on the road is a tall order.
Playing Oakland, the win should win 2.
I could see us getting some sweeps at home though before the season's over. So
San Diego, LA. Yeah, this is a gauntlet. The first 2 weeks of August are going to be terrible. Then the final 2 weeks of August are going to be terrible.
we might lose 100 games.
We might lose 100 games. Holy crap, man. So we have 7 games to end it with San Francisco. 6 games with the Cubs and the Twins. Who knows what the Twins are?
Those Cubs games might be all
Cubs,
right.
yeah. San Francisco is overrated. I don't believe in them at all.
At San Francisco, though, that's a different story.
But they come here the next week for a 4-game set.
Yeah, it could be a wash.
Yeah. Nah, they won't lose 100. Put it on the record right now. They will not lose 100.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, did Jaden? No, what happened?
I bet they lose.
Son of a gun.
Oh, he's talking shit.
Was he?
Yeah.
I hate that for Jaden Hill. You can't leave it up though. Did you see Winton Bernard was talking to us the other day, like a few weeks ago?
No.
He went like he hit a bomb, and the pitcher was talking something, and Winton was talking right back.
I'm sure that's retaliatory, right? I don't think Winton starts anything, but if you start something, we'll help you finish it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it felt like. I just never seen Winton come out of pocket like that.
Is it? Well, I wouldn't say it's out of pocket. I would expect that.
Fair.
If he started it, that would be
right. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you're fair. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Give me a history lesson.
To be fair. Oh. Okay. So
there you go, Jaden Hill. That was nice. There we go.
Good for you. All right. So I pulled this up from thisgreatgame.com. So
you cheated. Okay.
Well, I mean, you have to read about it somewhere. I mean, the game happened. So
the game happened.
What's the craziest game that you can probably remember at Coors as far as runs and just overall just craziness?
I remember like if it was double digits, like high teens affair, 2010, 2015 ish. I don't remember games very well, so I'm a bad person to ask.
Okay,
Trevor,
well,
what do you remember? What's your Trevor? What do you remember? What's your crazy game in Coors that you remember? Go
now
ahead and
that
put
you're on
that in
the
the tweet.
now that you're on the website that I told you to go to,
I am
uh,
not looking it up. I was looking up something else. You dick.
I'm talking about Trevor.
Oh.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Um,
Trevor was
if you
not
would
listening to you.
if you would have asked me that question, I would tell you about this game I had with the Marlins, where like it was like I don't remember the exact specifics, but like somebody got up like 12-6, and then all of a sudden it's like 13-12, and then it was like 15-12. And the game ended up being like 18-12, something like that. Well, anyway, I looked it up to see, what actually was kind of the craziest game, and it was a game in 1999.
Okay.
Um, it was. Do you want to guess who they were playing?
In 1999?
Yes, and I'll give you a hint. It's a National League team.
Yeah.
National League.
No shit. They didn't do interleague in 1999.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, interleague didn't start until 2007.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Uh,
It was definitely an NL East team.
no, it was an NL Central team.
Oh, the game against the Brewers.
No,
Damn. I felt really good about that. I have no idea.
the Reds.
Yeah,
Um,
never would have guessed that. I remember the Marlins one though. I do remember that one.
yeah,
Oddly.
yeah. The Rockies came out on top of that one, so I liked that version a lot better. This one, not so lucky. Rockies lost 24-12.
It's a lot of runs.
It's a ton of runs. The Rockies finished the 1999 campaign allowing 7.11 earned runs per 9 innings at Coors
Like as a season ending total,
as a staff, as a pitching staff.
7.71 in 1999.
7.11, yeah, per
Wow.
9 innings. It's crazy. Like the average, I think, is what, 4 runs, so almost double that.
This is
Anyway,
Jim Leland coach team.
yeah. So the game was actually seven
Okay,
seven.
sorry, but they were
Yeah,
first in attendance that year in the NL. You seen this?
crazy, crazy.
This is why Monfort is the way he is. Okay, keep going.
And so anyway, they stayed with the Reds. It was 7-7 at one point, but then the Reds pulled away. Trying to pick out the tidbits. There were 43 hits between both teams, 28 hits by the Reds, 28 hits.
So
They also got 9 walks, 11 doubles, and 10 home runs, and a major league record 81 total bases.
okay, how does that compare to the game against the Angels who?
Yeah, we lost 1-25, so it's not nearly as bad because we didn't score any runs. This one is 12-24. So yeah, major league record 81 total bases. 7 Reds, 7 out of 9 positional players had at least 3 hits.
Okay, say that again. 7.
7 out of 9, out of 9, really 7 out of 8 positional players because the pitchers
Was still
hitting
hitting. Yeah,
had at
there was
least 3 hits.
seven guys in the 25-1 game. 6 guys had 3+.
Yeah. Jeffrey Hammonds, who was an all-star for the Rockies.
Oh no, they had 7 people had 3 hits.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, Jeffrey Hammonds, all-star for the Rockies. Keep going.
Yeah, he hit 3 home runs, but it just so happened that Jeffrey Hammonds was playing for the Reds. The Rockies didn't sign him until the year after.
Of course. They're like, yeah, let's get that guy on our team and see what happens.
Yeah. And then Sean Casey was interviewed after the game. And Sean Casey reached base
Sean
all
Casey.
7. He reached base all 7 times. All 7 times he reached base. They asked him about the game. He said it's like a summer league softball game, and we won the keg.
That's such a Sean Casey quote.
Yeah, and then the last line of the article, which I liked, is the keg was Coors, of course. So
Nice.
yeah, nice.
He can be our hitting coach. Let's steal him from the Yankees next year too.
So yeah, craziest game in Coors Field. I'm kind of mad that we didn't at least win it.
Yeah, that would have been way better. That's insane though.
Yeah.
The Rockies going to Rocky. How many
Rocky,
hits were in that game?
40,
No,
43. I think.
how many hits did the Reds have? I just want to compare it to the Angels beating.
Dude, ESPN is so trash. Wow.
Yeah, just hit the back button a few times.
Just get off my.
Okay, Jay Hill's back.
20, Reds had 28, Rockies had 15.
Okay, so the Angels had 28 and the Rockies had 7. You said there was like 9 walks or something.
Yeah, 9 walks.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 walks in the Angels game.
The guy, can you actually believe this?
Probably not.
A Reds pitcher actually got the save.
Wait. Oh, because he pitched like 5 innings or something?
Yeah, and that pitcher was Ron Vione, who ended up being a Rocky.
So the Rockies, that's where they did their scouting. Was like 1999. Let's just see who beats up on us, and let's just sign them.
Yeah, and Danny Nagel was pitching for the Reds that year. And of course,
how many Reds were for future Rockies?
Dude, this Reds lineup is crazy.
James Pazos.
Mike Cameron, Barry Larkin, Sean Casey, Greg Vaughn. Remember Greg Vaughn?
Greg Vaughn or Mo Vaughn? Who would you rather have?
Mo.
Okay, good answer. That's something we finally agree
on. Dude, this is crazy. Chris Steins, who would be a Rocky, pitch hit for Greg Vaughn. Jeffrey Hammonds hit right after him. He was a Rocky. Are you kidding me? Okay. And then Nagel, Gabe White, and Ron Vione all ended up being Rockies. There's also another guy that played for the Reds named Dimitri Young. Remember him?
I do remember Dimitri.
Yeah.
That's going to help me so much on the Immaculate Grids.
You're going to forget this as soon as you go to bed.
No, Dimitri Young. That's like...
So 1, 2, 3, 7. 4, 5. 6 players on the Reds would end up being Rockies.
6 of 25. That's like 12%. 12% of that roster was our future Rocky. No.
Yeah, and actually, if you want to look at
25% of that roster was a future Rocky.
If you just want to look at it from this lineup alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16 players played in the game, 5 of whom would be Rockies.
5 of 16, so 33%, 30%.
Yeah, we just said, okay, you guys whooped our ass. Give us a third of your team.
Jeez Louise. Rockies. So this is like just been an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I guess.
So like what my son is going to experience as a Rockies fan is the same thing that I experienced as a Rockies fan. Like there's no difference 30 years apart. Yeah. Is that what you're telling me? That's what you're telling me.
Unfortunately.
That's ridiculous. That was fun though. I appreciate that. Thank you for going into that website. That's a fun website. Trev, I got to ask because we were there too. James and I were there too. He was there for 163 in the famous Matt Holiday side. That was my craziest. Yeah. Where were you sitting, Trev? Where were you sitting? Got to know.
I was watching
Go ahead.
I was watching YouTube video of I got down a crazy hole, and I was watching a YouTube video of top 10 worst calls in Major League history.
That was not
Uh,
on there.
the holiday slide was on there.
What?
Yeah,
How?
didn't touch the plate.
Yes, he did.
I don't think he did.
Video of the play clearly shows that Holiday never came close to touching home plate.
Oh, that's from baseballegg.com. That puts it to rest.
Yeah, right?
But seriously, the video shows
Were you watching this?
He did not touch the plate.
No, we don't want to hear you talk.
It's talking Friars, dude. What do you think they're going to say?
Oh, it's terrible. It's like skip a clip. How big are those feet? Oh, right there.
Didn't touch it.
I don't know if he did or not.
I
35 rows up, section 123. It's just down the third base side of home. And he sure as hell touched the plate.
Not according to
Talking
most
Friars.
And whatever worst call in history guy decided to put that on there.
This was a funny commercial. Let's watch this. Then we'll call it
Oh,
good. Trevor, we were on the third base side, home plate side. We in the purple row. We actually had purple row seats over there.
$10.
Okay, start over.
Can't hear it.
Oh, no?
Nope.
Well, I can.
Good for you.
Whatever.
It's a brilliant commercial.
It is a brilliant. Their commercials back then were so awesome. They just need to bring those back.
Yeah, they're on point.
Yeah, hopefully Dick is listening and brings those back.
All right, what else you got?
I got nothing. All right.
All right.
I know you're tired. I know you're a big boy. I know you have a lot of responsibilities, and I know I took up an hour of your time, and I apologize for that. That's on me.
You don't need to apologize.
No, I
You're
do.
being
Because
sarcastic.
you are obviously irritated. You obviously don't want to be here.
No, I do, but I want to go to bed. So
No. I'm sorry. the 5 listeners, the 5 people that tuned in, like without you tuning in right now, Trevor wouldn't be hanging out with us like we hung out in 2007.
Oh man,
like we probably saw the back of Trevor's head. Definitely didn't touch it.
Yeah, didn't touch it, but we probably at least talked to somebody that talked to him too.
2-degree separation. Yes.
Yeah, like
we might have high-fived after the game.
Could have.
We could have high-fived outside of the gates, walking down the street, because we were walking down all the streets.
Our faces were painted.
Yes, they were. That was crazy. What a game. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a Rockies fan.
Yeah, that's the greatest. That's one of my greatest life moments ever, probably.
Top 3.
Well, outside of family, like I don't rank family because, like
No,
you
no,
say,
no,
like,
no,
oh, that's
no,
really
no.
cool. They're like, oh, but what about when you got married?
Yeah,
like,
no.
dude,
Like
shut
kids,
up.
marriage, still
No.
top 10, even if you include them. But like, yeah, no, you don't do any of that. It's
No, I don't count that because that's just an automatic.
Yeah, that's automatic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
Right.
but that's definitely top 3 moment ever. Just the euphoria, the whole thing.
I'll say it's number 1. I definitely say it's number 1.
I'm sitting here trying to think of a better time. I don't know if I have one. 1 or 2, definitely 1 or 2. Just because like how we had to get the tickets was terrible because that was like we're trying to buy online and it kept resetting. I was on that website like 5, 6 rotations for like 2 hours. Just
Yep.
kept hitting refresh. It was terrible. And then getting it to happen, coordinating, driving the 5 hours to get there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I drove to Lincoln, so I met you in Kearney.
Yeah. You had like an 8 hour.
Dude, so worth it. Oh my god.
So, wouldn't take back. I don't even know where we stayed.
And then the thing is that you thought all was lost after Scott Harrison hit that 2-run home run.
Yeah. Remember the guys left behind us?
Yeah, and then you could literally hear I remember distinctly hearing Brian Giles clap his hands and scream, "Yeah," as he's rounding third base, way up in the purple row. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, this is bad." And then coming back and winning it, that's just crazy.
That was sweet. Just all of it.
I'm still pissed about that Garrett Atkins home run that wasn't called a home run.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get you to bed, baby. I'm sorry.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I'm so sorry for doing that. Trevor, thank you for hanging out with us. Isaac, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
the other
thanks,
two
Jeff.
of you,
And
probably your
Isaac.
moms. It's probably your moms. Actually, it wasn't.
Yeah, you need to go to bed. Bye.
Hold on, I have to send us out. Oh, I never looked up Zollner's band. Hold on. We started with so the guy that wrote our intro music has a new band. We'd be remiss if we didn't say it. We don't give him much shout outs. Are you a Zach Campbell fan?
Who?
The baseball guy gets the foul balls and the home runs.
No, I'm not a fan.
Okay, good. I don't know his at.
In fact, I'm the opposite. Whatever the opposite of a fan is.
A hater. They call those haters.
Yeah. I don't know enough or care enough about him to be a hater, but definitely there.
Yeah, he's the worst. He's terrible. He's such a douche. Like, you've done it like a million times. Like, why do you have to be that way? Anyway,
why are you the way you are?
I would love to ask him that question. He's such a goober, jabroni, all the bad things. All right, whatever. Good night. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. See ya.
Thank you for watching and listening. Please check out our link tree for more content.